Okay guys, welcome to part 2 of my how to determine exactly where to fish your lure for its best performance video. Um, so here we are at beautiful White Moose Lake, and we are going to use a crankbait today. Now, simply, all you do is cast a crankbait out, put it on its slowest speed, and retrieve it, right? So using our rule of thirds, 156 divided by 3. Even the crankbait, because it's a 26-foot diver, doesn't mean that it performs its best at 26 feet. Yes, it will catch fish down there, right? No question about that. However, if we use the rule of thirds, and I've already predetermined this, I'm not going to do all the math for you. Watch that lure, how it holds around the middle. And let's see how many strikes we get in the middle and not all the way at the bottom. So here we go. Okay, see it kind of holding there in the middle? See it holding? That's the best performance of this lure in this lake. See it holding? It's not diving. It's just kind of holding. Now it's starting to continue its dive, right? So with the speed of the reel, the recovery rate, damn internet, the recovery rate, the best performance of this crankbait comes in the middle, not at the bottom. Now, granted, if we don't get a strike, it will perform down at the bottom. Not taking that away from the crankbait, but with the pressure of this lake, best performance comes right in the middle. Okay, see it's diving down. Now it's kind of holding there in the middle, kind of holding. That's because it's doing its best work right there. Huh? Okay, so we're not catching any fish on the crankbait yet, but you see what I'm saying? It holds right there in the middle because of the pressure of the lake, the water's density, the um, speed of the reel. It just, I mean, the theory is just reverse engineering of this. So there you go. You see it dive. It holds in. See how it holds in that middle because it's doing its best work right there. Now it continues its dive because it's being pulled on, and that's what it's designed to do. And as in every video of White Moose Lake, we have our lovely snags. So anyway, let's take another cast. So as you see, immediately as we start to reel, it starts its dive, right? It doesn't pause, it doesn't wait, but it pauses in the middle. Now, we could keep that lure there, right? Boom, see, there's the hit in the middle. We can kind of keep it there. There's a way to do that. I haven't figured it out yet because I don't use crankbaits very often, but um, it's the theory of thirds is just the reverse engineer of the crankbait. So let's cast out again. again, immediately it starts to dive. As soon as we start to reel, water pressure keeps it in the middle. So we'll kind of do a stop and go here. And what I don't like about trying to keep this right here in this center is there we go, another snag. Gotta love it. White Moose Lake, folks. If you want to catch fish, it's okay to come here. If you want to catch branches, this is the best place for it. So anyway, let's try this. Pike are easy to piss off. Let's go try this one, some pike over there. Come on. I don't want to cast, I want to leave. Let's go try this on the pike. See if we can, because like I said, these guys are pretty easy to piss off. And just so we know, we are in a peak time, so we should be getting bites. Okay, immediately starts to dive. All right, now you see the pressure is different over here, right? Because it's a shallower portion of the lake, right? See how quickly it dropped? See how fast that dropped? It's a lot shallower portion of the lake. That went straight to the bottom as soon as I started to reel. And we did catch a fish off the bottom, which is very nice, you know, because it shows that the crankbait does work. Nice, unique furry. So let's turn this way. We'll cast out towards the middle, right? But, you know, coming over here, let's see, it dropped fast because we're in a shallower portion of the lake yet again, right? And that just goes to show why it's important to take your lure, test it for where you're fishing at, and see if, you know, where it's going to perform its best. Yeah, see, this side, it must be shallower than the other side over there because the lure is dropping straight down. We haven't changed the speed of it. We haven't changed anything. Right? Nothing changed other than our location. Yeah. So, you know, again, this is why I say, folks, rule of thirds. You know, test your lure. See for where you're fishing at, where's the lure going to perform its best to keep it in the fish's face. You know, this lure is designed to run at 26 feet. The lake here is probably not 26 feet deep where I'm fishing at. And, you know, the water pressure is different. So let's go back up here real quick, right? You know, you see we caught a couple furry trout off the bottom. So let's see. Let's see if anything's different over here. Yeah, lousy cast. Okay, that's a little slower, right? So it's a little slower. But down there in that shallow end, you see it when we was on the other side of the lake. It dropped slow. It held in the middle. You know, I mean, it's an excellent argument for, you know, using the theory of thirds and testing your lure for where you're fishing prior to, you know, trying to fish that lure. You know, it just best performance. So let's see. We know it's nice and deep over here, right? Okay. Now it starts to drop. Okay, now see how it's holding just off the bottom, right? Right? See how it's holding just off the bottom? It where you're fishing. Um, it's going to tell you exactly how to fish your lure. You know, so we did get a strike off the bottom, probably because the fireworks were going off. But yeah, you know, definitely, folks. Test the spot. That's all I'm saying. Test the spot. Cast it out. Figure out, you know, with your lure, exactly where it starts an action. Right? You know, figure out exactly where it starts its action. So as you see, you know, we're kind of holding in the middle now. I cast out a little bit deeper. It that position of that lure makes a big difference. See it now? It's holding. Boom, we got a strike. Right? No doubt the lure will get a hit off the bottom. It'll get hits in the middle because it does perform on the bottom. You know, I mean, it absolutely does perform on the bottom, but there are just different spots for a lure to be fished where it is doing its best work. So yeah, see we're holding in the middle there, right? Now we drop, so we're holding a little bit more, right? Now eventually we will make it all the way to the bottom. Boom, there we go. Right? So let's cast over this way just a little bit. See what happens here. Lure starts to drop, goes straight to the bottom. It's not quite as deep over here, but you see it's holding just off the bottom. Boom, and we got a hit. Lure's in its optimum operating range for that pressure of the lake. So yeah, when you're using a regular lure, you know what I mean. The what I call my theory of thirds is just a reverse engineer of how a crankbait works. Okay, we got our straight slow retrieve. Boom. So it's holding there, it's holding there, it's holding there. The pressure in the lake right there is perfect for the lure to be doing its best performance. Right? Boom. See, as soon as we stop, fish was pissed and nailed it. Guys, again, test your lure. Cast it out. See where it's working. Learn where to keep it. See how it's holding off the bottom now? Boom, and there's our fish. Looks like it might be a decent one. Now, crankbait's probably one of the simplest lures to use. See, now it was doing its best in the middle there. It's holding in the middle, but you see the strike happen coming down. As it got to where it started to perform, the fish hit it immediately. Of course, we missed him, but and that's fine, folks, because everybody misses every now and again. Right, so now we're all the way on the bottom. Pressure probably changed from where we initially started fishing at. So let's take one more cast. I think that, just moving around the lake kind of really proved that theory. Okay, so see, we're holding in the middle. We're holding in the middle. We're holding in the middle. Start to drop a little bit. Pressure's changing. Pressure's changing. And eventually we'll make it all the way to the bottom because we're pulling against the lure and it's designed to dive. And we get our fish off the bottom, which is okay because that's what the lure does. It's designed to run at 26 feet and catch fish. But you can see it has other optimum performance places. Holding in the middle, holding in the middle, holding in the middle. So that lure is doing its best work right there. Whether there's a fish there and we get a strike in the middle, that's boom. See, just a little bit below the middle. I kind of held it there, and there was the fish. So I'm not going to call out any names, but if the person that ever watches this video and told me that my theory of thirds was an unsound principle, I'm going to have to say, just because you tried it and it didn't work for you, maybe you misunderstood what I was trying to tell you. See, boom, right there in the middle, there's the fish. Anyway, maybe you misunderstood what I was trying to tell you. Maybe you were busy, not paying attention. But, I don't know, bro. I don't know how to prove my theory to you any more than what I'm telling you. The best way to determine where your lure is use the theory of thirds for the spot you're fishing. You'll learn exactly where to keep the lure. Okay, so see, we came in a little bit closer to shore. Now it's holding a little closer to the bottom. So can we keep it there? Maybe a stop and go. Boom. See that? Right there. Kept it in its natural zone where it's performing its best in the fish's face. Now, like I said, I think we're in a peak time of day. So, he probably bit that because he was hungry and not angry, but there's a nice trophy lake trout. Cast it again. Let our lure come in and tell us where it's going to work its best. So it's diving. So the middle. Let's try and keep it in the middle. Using a stop and go. Oh, see, now it's going to change. Now it's going to want to dive. So now it's performing its best here. Let's keep it there. Not always going to catch fish, folks. Not always. Not every cast is a fish catcher. So, you know, I mean, it's a solid principle. If you want to catch more fish, give it a try. I just don't know what else to say, and I'm going to close this video here, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. It helps the videos get out to more people through the searches on Google or YouTube. Yeah, probably even Google too. But yeah, you know. So our lure's doing its best there. Let's try and keep it. Right? Oh. Oh, pressure change. Let's try casting over here just one more time. See if we can get one more fish to close this video out. So yeah, see, we had that straight drop down. I don't know any other way to say it, guys. You know, test your lure for where you're fishing. Find the best presentation. You know, it's about fishing. It's about catching. You know, what we want to do is provoke that fish and use his disadvantages to our advantage. Use his anger. Use his hunger. Make the best use of that lure you can by testing out, you know, where is it going to perform the best in the spot where you're fishing. Okay, guys, this is going to be my last cast for this video, fish or no. And we're going to close it whether we get a fish or not. But, you know, theory of thirds, guys. Test that lure, find out where, you know, use a 90-foot cast. You should reel in 30 foot of line. It will tell you where you're at. Use 120 foot. You should reel in, you know, however time. Whatever the answer to that is. I hate math. I usually ask Alexa to give me an answer for those kind of questions. But anyway, folks, you know, you can see why it is important. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions that I might be able to answer for you, feel free to ask, like, comment, share. Have a good one, folks. Enjoy.